Hi, everybody. Welcome to In the Neighborhood. If you're saying to yourself, is that a goat?
Yeah.
Is Russ playing the goat theme? What's
Yeah,
going
he's playing
on
goat.
here?
The
Welcome
critters
to
of
In the
all
Neighborhood.
time.
We got Russ, Broom, Mandy, Stobo, and surrounded by animals, the legend himself, Jim Button. Jimmy, as part of our tourism week, where are you today?
I'm at Granary Row, man, and this is like the best.
How does it
Kids,
smell?
Goats, this is the best thing ever. I'm stoked.
Who's your
Let me
farm
show you-
hand
let me
behind
just
you
do a
there?
Let me just show you the chaos that is that Jack is dealing with right now.
Wow.
Kids
Okay,
love
now
their
they think I have
milkshakes,
food.
don't
I'm
they?
in trouble.
Wow. So you are there because this is just one of the great places in our city to go, and they're planning big things starting next week. But where is Granary Road if people don't know?
Yeah, I don't know. They're hoping that they haven't set a specific date. They know it's in June for sure. They want to make sure they get beyond COVID friendly. Granary Road is down by Spruce Meadows. It's not far from that, and it's I don't think you can see this here. I'll try and show you this, but if you take a look, you see that building way off in the horizon there?
Yeah.
All the way in between is a total of 36 acres of interactive educational stuff on bees, on worms, on ants, on I could just see it. But the best one for me, is these goats. These goats are like ridiculous.
Look at them.
Right? Okay. Oh yeah, here. Look at this. Look at this. This is gonna make you just get so. Look at these.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Not the baby goats.
The baby goats. The kids with the kids.
The kids, that's
That
your
is
kids with
so
the kids.
sweet.
My kids with the kids. Yeah, it's pretty darn awesome, this thing. Yeah, you got to come out. They've got this. They've got a garden, the Done Vegan Garden.
Yeah.
That's open right now, as is Sofrito Pizza. But then they're opening up. They'll be opening up all the rest in June. They have a full market. They've got aquaponics, like the freshest food you can get, the freshest vegetables you can get, because you come there, it's never been touched. You just pick it and go. It's
Well, but
ridiculous.
here's the thing. Russ and I are starting a new fitness program, the two of us. We've talked about this, and we want to do yoga, but we're pretty specific about the kind of people we want to do yoga with. Do you got anything out there?
Yeah,
I'm pretty self-conscious.
I got these little dudes here are all of my goat. You can come here and do goat yoga in June.
So there's actual goat yoga?
Yeah, you do all the moves that the goats do. Yeah. You do the downward goat. You could do the
Warrior goat.
warrior goat. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's peacocks in the background. There's pigs over there. There's llamas. This is so cool. Super excited to be out here.
Now look at, and I want to get thoughts from Mandy and Russ about their lives, but we were all very excited because yesterday, and a few of our viewers were saying, I know Jimmy went to the doctors and he got some scans, and so for those of us following your cancer journey, what's the deal? No, you're not frozen. Good. Tell us what's going on, Jim.
No, I'm back. Yeah, no. So it's I got the scan. Haven't had the scan since October, and got the scan, which is 7 months ago. and did the scan, and the tumors are all no growth at all. So I'm rock steady. I'm on fire.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's amazing.
yeah. Thanks, guys. That's it wasn't a lot of fun, this chemo thing, but it's working, so it makes it worthwhile doing. Like if you're when you don't know the results and you're still doing it, you kind of question it. But once you know that it's work and it keeps you going, then it's worth putting up with. Helps with the mindset.
Well, because I remember you telling me once that if this chemo's knocking me out. So if it doesn't show any kind of good side, I'm out. But the fact
Yeah,
is, there's a good side.
absolutely. So I'm staying in.
That's
And I
great.
could,
Amazing.
so I'll find out how I'm going to proceed with the chemo and stuff tomorrow. But for now, all awesome news.
Oh,
And I
good
got
on you. That is so
That's
good.
the best.
yeah,
Totally.
it is
Do you
all
think a big piece of that is because of what Avnish led us through that one Monday where we were all mindful about Jim?
I think you know what I put a lot of credit. I put so much credit in a bunch of things. One is mindfulness and just being aware and visualization. The other one is support from family, and the other one is having a life of purpose. Getting exercise and eating well, but then having a life of purpose and doing like to be honest, like you guys should be patting yourselves on the back. This type of show, I heard from so many people saying how important it's been for them, and it's given me a sense of purpose, and it's given me a sense of being belonging, and it's those types of things that get you through those hard things for sure, without a doubt. So,
Aw.
thanks, guys,
Thank you.
Thank you.
and
Thank
let
you.
me hang out with goats.
Well, my neighbor Linda calls this the Jim show, and she doesn't even notice that anyone else is on it. She just watches for Jim. So she was excited to hear I said watch today. So Linda,
Thanks,
this is
Linda.
for you. Jim's doing well.
That's perfect.
Yay!
It's the best.
Doesn't that feel good, Mandy Stobo?
It feels so good. I'm doing everything not to cry. I get so happy. I love you, Jim.
Yeah,
I love you too, Mandy.
yeah. Rusty, doesn't it just go, look at this. Look at this. He's here and he's good. So I'm happy.
Well, it's just a huge relief. It's a village. We all love you, Jim, and we love what you bring. And you bring so many interesting people together, and you've exposed me to so many things over the years, and people, and opened my mind up to things. So I'm thrilled that you're going to be around longer to do more of that. So thanks.
Yay.
You guys
Yay.
Thanks, guys.
So good. Who's the hot chick in the background?
Everyone knows.
Jim.
That would be Tracy.
Oh.
Tracy, can I tell what happened yesterday?
I hope I don't have a burglar.
I'm going to tell you the story.
Okay.
We got the kids all around. Last night we had dinner. Grandparents were over. After the grandparents went, we played that giant Jenga game.
Yeah.
It's really tall. Well, it got down to a piece where it was very difficult, and the only way Jack could get it out was to do a fast as he could.
Yeah.
Pulled it so fast that he let go of it. It smoked off of Amanda's arm and into Tracy's face, and she's got a shiner today.
I didn't realize it was full contact Jenga.
Yeah, our house does everything aggressively.
Wow.
Yes,
That is great.
Tracy's not going to give you the frontal look. It's all going to be back.
Oh, here she comes.
Holy
Oh,
moly! You weren't kidding.
Poor girl.
I'm gonna have Tracy. Sorry, just a really quick, Tracy. I by law I have to ask you: is everything okay at home?
Yeah.
You guys have got to come bring the kids.
Yeah, we'll have a day where we'll bring all your kids. I want to see little kids in this.
Honestly,
Good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Educational park is phenomenal. There is
Is it?
work into focusing on agriculture in Alberta
Mhm.
and giving kids an experience to understand where their food comes from. It's spectacular.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that's
amazing.
good.
And there's so many play parks and they're really far apart. So it's
Yeah.
a really good way to tire out your kids that may have tons of energy.
Yeah.
Well, but
Yeah,
you know what? Even
exactly.
our late teen and early 20-somethings were like,
Oh,
Oh, no.
that is a cliffhanger, man.
What?
That type of freeze.
No.
And the fighter jet was... Tracy, we agree with everything she said. Don't you guys see, with the way Tracy's succinct and it gets to the point. You two hang out. Mandy's got an incredible segment coming up, I believe. Probably the greatest segment ever. What have you got for us, Mandy?
Is it time?
Yes!
Oh my God. Welcome everybody to Craft Time on In the Neighborhood. Today is Wednesday. And if you're like me, you can't find your white hat. Am I right?
Oh!
Hint, Tourism Calgary. So today, you guys, we're gonna make our own. Are you ready? Take me on over there.
Whoa.
Okay. So today, all you need is a couple pieces of really big white paper. If you don't have really big white paper, tape a few together. That's totally fine. So what you're gonna need to do first is trace the size of your head. No, I'm just kidding. You don't have to do that. So what you want to do is you want to make your first piece. So you're gonna make like the front of the cowboy hat. And then you're gonna just go along there. You're gonna cut that out. Man, I might as well do it. Hey, we got the time.
Sure.
And I can't wait for the ceremony after this.
And we're
So
gonna meet a real.
out.
Just so you know, Mandy, we're gonna meet a real white hat winner in just a bit. So this is perfect.
I know, it's so exciting. So you're gonna want to just roll it up and tape it there.
Yeah.
Then your next piece. So we'll have to do that so you guys can see the steps.
Yeah.
I can't wait to reveal this, you guys. It's the only thing I'm going to wear at the Stampede next year and everywhere this July. So you're going to tape that up, and then you're going to take your hat size, and you're going to trace a circle around here.
Yeah.
So you're going to cut that out. Sorry, I had a Sharpie in my mouth.
Very good.
So then you're going to want to make the hat brim. So you're going to go like this. And there you go. And then when you cut this out and you're going to cut this piece out, you're going to want to roll it up to curve your brim a little bit.
Sure.
Right? Yep. And then when you put it all together, you've got something like this. Let me show you on this camera, you guys. Hello. I am waiting.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Say congratulations, Mandy. This is a big deal in my life.
Mandy, you've been white-hatted.
So have you never been white-hatted, Mandy?
No, I have been given the white hat, but I haven't been like on the stage. So I'm waiting for that phone call. Cindy? We can always use these ones too, right?
Oh, that would be great.
Better. Yeah.
Hey,
you can white-hat everybody in the audience.
Yeah, one for you, one for you, one for you.
Here's the funny
part. I'm
part.
the crazy lady at the airport that just hands out these when people start flying again.
Hey, now, you know what? Linda, who watches the gym show every day, is one of the crazy ladies at the airport that hands out the white hat. So there you go. She's one of those people.
I didn't mean they were crazy. I meant I would be crazy.
You just said my neighbor Linda is crazy. That's what you said.
Linda's my best friend. I can't believe you said that for you.
Man, I can't. That's terrible.
Have a good show, guys.
But you're implying crazy is a bad thing. It's a great thing.
Yes.
It is not. It is a great thing. It brings me all of my magic, I'm sure.
Do you guys know what the Dalai Lama, Pope John Paul II, Bruce Springsteen, William and Kate, and Oprah all have in common?
What?
They've all been white-hatted.
Oh, I thought you said they were all crazy.
They've all been to an airport. Mandy, do you have any coloring? I want to talk to Rick, but I don't want to leave out coloring. If you got something fun to color.
You guys, you're never going to guess this. So this is funny because I originally did a white hat for our coloring page, but you guys, it's already colored because it's a white hat. So I thought we would celebrate Jimmy and his new kids, and here's a kid for you all to color and dream about going to Granary Row in June.
Yay! Nice work. So this is Jimmy is out at Granary Road because not only is Jim a huge fan of Calgary, but he's showing off some of the places. Yes, last time you were at the zoo. These are places that are slowly and carefully and healthily going to be opening up. And I was just reading. Did you know? Speaking of tourism, Calgary, we welcome 8 million visitors each year normally. I mean, obviously, this year is going to be very different, and $2 billion to the Calgary economy. And this is our city. So this is so we have to find a way to make our city welcoming for Calgarians this year, because we're not going to have as many visitors, obviously, as we normally would. And Granary Road, hanging out with some kids, is one way to do it. So Rick Tulsi works at the Saddle Dome normally. Obviously, he's not there now, but he gives tours of the Saddle Dome. He knows everything there is to know about the dome and about Calgary. He's a great ambassador, and he's such a great ambassador that he won the mayor's white hat at the WhiteHat Awards a couple of years ago. And so we thought we'd give him a ring and talk to him about his white hat, and maybe you and Mandy, you guys can talk a little bit about your experiences, Mandy. Also, let's see if we get him here. Here he is, Rick.
Hey guys,
How are you, our friend?
I'm happy to be talking to people. Go from the Saddle Dome, meeting thousands and thousands of people, to like instant quarantine. So I'm happy to be talking to anybody. I was hibernating, and then Cindy called me to do this talk, and all of a sudden I was really nervous. You forget how to talk to people. when I get the call back to go to the Saddle Dome, I was talking to my wife Mila about this, and I said, I don't know how I'm going to do it, because like I work at the front and center at the West Lobby, greeting everybody coming in, and there's thousands of people. I'm really going to have a major anxiety attack. I'm going to be so nervous. I'm literally, because you do it, you get up in the morning, you just go and you do it, but then you've got all these months off where you're just hibernating, and it's like, I'm thankful that we're opening up a little bit now, so I can be like, start interacting with people again.
That's so good. Tell me, now, I don't know if you can see Mandy clearly, but she's an incredible artist and designed her own white hat just in your honor. What was it like? What was it like for you to win the mayor's white hat?
For me, it was an amazing honor, especially because it is the highest award an individual in the city can receive for being awesome to the visitors and the guests that come here. And working at the Saddle Dome to win it was tough, because I'm competing with the heavy hitters. I'm competing with the Calgary Tower, the Zoo, Heritage Park, the big hotels. The Saddle Dome isn't really known as a tourist destination, so to win that and be up there, and it was like winning it for the team. And it was a proud moment. What made me extra proud was that the WhiteHat Awards, and I'm so bummed we're not doing it this year, because I've been fortunate to have done a great job to been there last 8 years. It falls close to my anniversary, so it was a cheap way to spend time with the wife and do the anniversary. We were just talking about that this year. She's like, yeah, normally we get and it's a big gala, the Flames. We go there, we have dinner, and then we're shuttled to the Jubilee. And the WhiteHat, if you've never attended it, it is like the Oscars for the service industry. Truly, yeah. I say the WhiteHat Awards is better, because to win a white hat, you have to be nominated by someone you've wowed, somebody from a different country. You win an Oscar and whatever, it's like you've been nominated by somebody in the industry. Not the same.
Yeah,
I won my white hat award from a family that was visiting from Belgium.
What?
And no lie, and they wrote an amazing letter about how I connected with them. And this is the neat story about it, is that, we all travel. It's the little things that we remember. And they came on a Saddle Dome tour, a free Saddle Dome tour. We connected, we talked. They felt that I wowed them, and they wrote a letter. And then next thing I knew, was putting a white hat on stage, and I had a Flames jersey on. Life was great at that moment.
Amazing.
And a fun fact too, Rick, I think you received something else that day in a frame that I was able to create for you, which was so fun. Yeah, and getting your picture, you're such a beautiful, beautiful man, full of such energy. So to be able to create that piece for you is just you're just amazing.
Oh,
It's
you're
very
too
exciting.
kind. I wish I had known you were talking about it. I would show it. She did an amazing, like that watercolor was amazing. Beautiful,
Uh,
beautiful, beautiful work. I have that. I'll cherish it for a long time.
it's so fun.
Well, Rick, talk a little bit about the announcement yesterday. I realize since you give tours of the Saddle Dome, I'm assuming Bettman called you personally to work out
Yeah.
this whole playoff schedule and figure it all out. What
I
does this mean? What does it mean to you to know that we're getting in the playoffs?
you know, as a Calgarian, hockey isn't about the sport. Hockey is about people getting together. It's a reason to hang out with your friend, your neighbors, have drinks together, and it really puts a light beyond this COVID scary moment. The fact that these lights at the end of the tunnel is going to happen now, it's really refreshing. It's beyond the hockey now. It's like we're actually going to be able to get together. I'm just praying and hoping we can have a full Saddle Dome come fall, and I don't know
Yeah,
how we would social distance the Saddle Dome.
yeah. It'll
And
just
you
be.
know, another fun fact is I have the great honor and at the Saddle Dome to call doors open. So during the game, and I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not putting myself on a pedestal. Any monkey could do it. I'm just honored that the folks look at me, and we all have our radios. I'm standing at West Lobby, so if you're out there waiting, it's me. That's got to be like, I have a little thing I say, doors open. It's going to be touching for me to call that when we officially open, because on the March 12th, I'll remember this forever. My director phoned me. We canceled that game. I went in there with some guys, and I was in West Lobby with some ushers, just redirecting folks. And I did a little bit of a video where I locked the West Lobby doors with my keys, and it was kind of touching that this is like reminding me of the 2013 flood. I was also a part of that, and the thing out of that is that as I left there is that Calgary is so amazing. We're going to rally together. We're going to come out of this, and it's going to be like the 2013 flood memories. We're going to be that much closer out of
That's
this.
so great. Well, Rick, you're a great ambassador for our city, all the way to Belgium. Now, I heard a rumor. Is it true that somebody became a Canadian, decided to come to Canada, and you had some influence in that situation?
That is his name is Russell. He lives in he lived in Lackawanna, New York. This is the power of hockey. He's a Flames fan. Followed the Flames when they were with Atlanta, and fell in love with Calgary and everything. And he's immigrating to Calgary. Now, I don't know if I can say that I'm the guy that's responsible for that, but I think the city of Calgary and all its awesomeness is responsible for that. But I'm just blown away when I meet people like that. I take my everyday for granted. You're at the Saddle Dome, you may be at a hotel, you work in the tourism industry. We take that for granted. It's a job. But you meet people traveling from all over the world that have spent thousands of dollars, and we're interacting with them, and we have the power to make their day. Like,
Great.
truly. And I don't lose sight of that. Like, you just and then people remember that. I want to be that guy, somebody visiting from somewhere, be like, yeah, I met this Rick guy at the Saddle Dome, and he was awesome, and told me about the city, whatever, right? So that's kind of every Calgarian, not just me. It goes back to the Olympics, like when we had the '88 Olympics. That's kind of the culture that made us who we are, and
that's so
I think
great.
it goes forward. But yeah, no, I don't have the honor of, but.
I do think, Rick, you got a great future in accounting. That's my guess. I don't know if anyone else has thoughts.
Yeah, just as long as you're away from people, I think it's much better.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was great to be stopped, and this is my first big good smile. Honestly, I was bummed out. When you work in the events world like we do, and I'm not speaking about myself, but we went from dealing with people having fun. I was talking to Cindy over the phone yesterday, and even her, she's a bubbly person. It feels nice to be slowly getting back into what we as events people thoroughly enjoy, and that's interacting with all the visitors and the guests coming in. So I'm really excited to see the end to this.
Yeah. Well,
Amazing.
Jim Button isn't so much a people person. He's more of an animal person.
I'm seeing that.
You saw the goats.
How can you compete with goats?
You
You
can't.
can't compete with that.
Don't
I mean, Lenny Bettman clearly needs to see what's going on here. We need hockey because goats are stealing the show.
Well, if goats can do yoga, why can't they play hockey?
Right?
Are we underestimating the power of the goat?
Hey, now look at Mandy. Not a lot of people get this, but you, Rick, get two
Oh
illustrations.
wow! Look at that.
You get another one. That's another Mandy original. Wasn't that
awesome.
fun, Mandy? Tell us, like, he is. I can just tell meeting the guy. He's got some life to him, but drawing or painting Rick must be kind of fun.
It's so fun, Rick. You are just. I just wish you were everywhere.
Yeah,
we need you.
you're a
We all
gem.
need Rick
I
right now.
love Mandy because she just makes me look so good. This is a side to me that I never knew I had. Holy hot damn! I'm gonna have to just wear that on my plain shirt and tie when I go back to the saddle. I was like, check me out.
Yeah, I think Cindy can make that happen. Rick, you're so infectious. You're so inspiring.
Beautiful.
We're so lucky to have you in our city, guiding so many people. You're just such a beautiful heart. So thank you very much. You are such a hero. It's awesome.
Thank you guys. If you're ever in the Saddle Dome, I'm always on the main west lobby. Please make sure you say hello. And if you have any questions, city or Saddle Dome, I wish I was doing tours this summer because I'm usually meeting people all over the world. So that was kind of a bummer that I'm not able to meet. I'm always blown away how many people truly visit this amazing city. And unless you work in the tourism industry like we do, you really don't realize that. Like a lot of us walk around, but you meet people that spend a lot of money and do a lot of research to come to Calgary. And it's a proud moment.
That's so
it really
great.
is as a Calgarian.
Well, maybe you should do like a YouTube virtual tour and then remind everyone of this this facility and all the energy and all the people that are involved with it.
And
I'd watch you doing a tour of your house.
Yeah, I'd watch that for sure.
Your tour is amazing.
That's it. You know, if you get a chance to, before it's torn down, we've all grown up with the Saddle Dome. It is a historic part of our city. Next year, I'm hoping I'm doing tours. Take in a tour. Like I was mentioning to Dave earlier, who knew Team Canada's dressing room is in the basement of the Saddle Dome? I meet Toronto and Montreal fans. They come into the Saddle Dome. They have this "We are the center of the universe" ultimate team fans. And then I tell them, look, guys, this is Calgary. Saddle Dome was built for the Olympics. It was built to represent Calgary. It's owned by the city. And we have Team Canada's men's, ladies, and the World Juniors dressing room in the basement. You got to see that before before it gets torn down. And sadly, that's what I'm told by the city officials. There's no budget to keep it. 4 years will fly by pretty quick, and we all grew up with it. So come check out a game.
And I know that in the new playoffs, Calgary wasn't in the running. I just wanted to be on the phone because I read today that Nenshi said he and Bettman did have a conversation. Do you think that was all hugs and kisses? How did you think that one went?
I can only comment as a Calgarian, and I think we can all relate to this. To get snited like that. Come on, what's the matter with Calgary? Like Edmonton, I get it. They've got a new arena, but Vancouver. What do they have that we don't have? Like, why was the Saddle Dome, or not the Saddle Dome, why was Calgary not even in the mention of that? I would have been okay if they said, we're looking at Edmonton, we're looking at Calgary, we're looking at Vancouver. But the fact that we weren't even mentioned, I took that personally. Flames fan or not, hockey fan or not, we're Calgarians. We're competitive.
Do you think part of it is we should have included goats in our pitch? Would that have helped?
Yeah,
I totally think so. I think we need to incorporate more goats during the games on the concourse. I'll talk to John Dean, our big boss, and
I can arrange that for you if you want.
And we'll get that in there.
Jim, can you get that?
But Jim would have to be there. Jim would have to be the guy with the goats.
I will herd them all. Don't you worry. I'm good with kids.
Take a few goats out of there. Bring them back.
Yes. Now, before we all say goodbye, Jim, I feel like we need some final thoughts on the Granary and the Dunvegan Gardens, Sofrito Pizza, Goat Yoga. They have weddings. If you want to book a wedding come August, they feel like that's probably going to be able to do something in some way. There's lots going on there.
Yeah, you know what? This would actually, I did a tour, and they're setting up a nice little bar that maybe you can get some village at. But they have a wedding facility that is super cool. And once the vines all start growing over, there's some beautiful archways. Yeah, great spot for weddings. Everybody else is well, it's pretty intimate. I think you can do like 50 people or so. So do it.
It's a good one.
Mandy, maybe you and I can get married here.
Oh my God. Are you serious? I've been waiting for this moment my whole life. Are you serious?
What if I saw
Yes,
the cowboy
Jim.
hat that I had an idea?
Is this a real engagement? Are we having a live engagement?
No. Wait.
Yes. Is Tracy okay with that?
I haven't talked to. This is awkward. I probably should have talked to her first.
Tracy and Phil will be fine. I'm in.
Okay.
I'm in. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
No,
I
August
can't wait for this
23rd
place
for
to
you.
open. You wait. We'll get this place. When this place is open. I'm making sure we all come down as a group of families. I want to see your kids hang out at this place. This is
kids.
Yeah,
that's so good.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Rick, a lot of people, this is the highlight of everybody watching this show, is at the end of the show, Russ plays our theme for about 20 seconds, and Jimmy dances. And I think in this case, we're all going to dance. And Rick, whatever moves you got, this is the time to bust them out because you're going to compete with some goats. Are we ready for this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Take it, Rusty.